another reviewer. Now, I know you've all heard the term Nintendo hard, and you understand what it means, because we've all had the same frustrating experiences with our old 8-bit friends. But there is one term that I don't think you've ever heard before, and that would be Windows 95 hard. You know about the pre-installed Windows games like Minecraft, Poker Night, and the Spider variant Canasta. But with Windows 95 came a different kind of game, one that could be described as Windows 95 hard. Hover was a simple game where you played through one of 3 maps to capture all of your opponent's flags before the drones captured all of yours. You had various power-ups to collect, as well as various power-downs and floor tile traps that you wanted to avoid. You piloted the Hover 950, a red hovercraft that was equipped with a display showing what flags you and your competition have, as well as how many are on the field, a rear-view display for what's behind you, your score, the amount of springs, walls, and invisibility pods you have, a mini-map, your speed meter, and your invulnerability and speed effect bars. Your opponents are blue hover devices similar to your own, except they're merely drones that don't have pilots. The ones that collect flags show up as blue on your mini-map, while the ones that already have a flag come up as yellow, and attack drones that bump into you to throw you off course come up as green. You pick up various items that aid or hinder you as you compete. The items you get that help you are springs that allow you to make your Hover 950 jump, walls to block drones that are chasing you to confuse them, invisibility pods that make you invisible to the drones, shields that make you invulnerable to floor traps, and green traffic lights that make you speed up. The items you want to avoid are red traffic lights that slow you down, and zappers that remove chunks of your auto map's display. Honestly, I felt that the red traffic light was a better power-up than the green traffic light. With the green traffic light, you basically lose all control and bounce all over the place. But with the red traffic light, even though you're going slower, you have near perfect control of your vehicle. Another thing you want to avoid are the special floor pads. There are 3 different types: skid pads, hold pads, and flag removers. It's pretty self-explanatory what they do. The skid pads shoot you in the direction that the arrow on them is pointing, and don't allow you to change course for a couple seconds. The hold pads keep you in place for a few seconds, and the flag removers take one of the flags you're holding. I very rarely saw the floor tiles affect the opponents. You're supposed to be able to bump into them and push them into the flag remover tiles, which will remove it if they have one. I haven't been able to budge them, but they can sure knock me around. This game is really fun for how simple it is. I don't know how many levels there are, as I've never beat this game. I think there's 16, as I've only ever been up to level 10 due to the random and difficult nature of this game. Levels have spawn points scattered throughout, so that all the items and flags are loaded when the level begins, unless you run over a flag remover tile. Then the flag shows up in one of the empty spawn points of the map. There's one particular place where flags spawn that if you see it, it's game over. The controls of this game are floaty on purpose, being it's a hovercraft, and the difficulty of the game is directly tied to how difficult it is to steer your vehicle. But getting close enough to this platform to jump on it and grab this flag before you fall off is the most difficult thing I've ever tried to do in any game that involves vehicular fucking anything. Essentially, if you know the spawn points where the flags spawn most often, you can just plow through this game. But even then, with how similar the scenery looks in all the levels, you'll still have a little difficulty making your way through quickly. Also, as you progress through the levels, the difficulty gradually increases with you having to get more flags and facing more opponents. The questions that still arise are, what is the setting of this game? What's even the purpose? Why are you doing this? Are you a prisoner trying to earn your freedom by competing? Is this a future luxury sport? There's no setup, really. You'd expect it to be a futuresque type world, but the first level throws you into a medieval castle-like structure, with torches and swords and shields mounted on the walls and shit. The second level feels more fitting, as it's just a building with tiled flooring and neon lights everywhere, like some sort of 90s perception of the future. Then you have the sewer shark level, where you're just going through a sewer bit with snakes and toxic sludge that isn't actually dangerous. In the short term. As for the purpose, there's no official plot line that I've been able to find. The purpose of this game is just to show off the graphic and audio capabilities of personal computers at the time. Well, with today's standards, we might laugh at every single aspect of this game. Substandard graphics, the lowest of fidelity music, low quality sound effects, floaty to non existent controls, and incredibly shallow immersion. It still managed to keep me entertained for hours, even now with a sea of newer and more technologically advanced games at my disposal. It's a good time waster, and you're assured to finish a playthrough within about a half an hour. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's nothing big, but, the sound effects are weird. The background music is ridiculous, but it's meaty, so you're just going to have to forgive it. This game brings back nostalgic memories for me, and if it brings back nostalgic memories for you, it's actually freely available. I was actually able to find it on a Wikipedia link when I just decided to look it up, just out of curiosity. If you've never played it, give it a shot. It runs on basically everything. I played it on Windows 8 for crying out loud. I'm really sorry if this review seems short, but I just wanted to show my appreciation for a fairly small but fun and interesting game.